Yeah. So this Cancer, if they keep following their heart, I don't believe that they're going to go wrong, okay? Um, I think that your mind is probably bringing up a lot of fears surrounding your ability to get done what you need to do, like your ability to move forward the way you need to move forward, possibly without this person, or simply just fearing taking that first step. But I do believe that this is an energy that, although it is sort of blocked right now, that if you tune in to that heart space, to that forgiveness that you gave somebody else, if you tune into that and remember to give it to yourself, that full energy will be unblocked and you'll be able to take that leap forward, okay? You have to forgive yourself for not every move we make is going to be perfect, and that's okay. Sorry about that. It's the timer just to keep me on time. Otherwise, I just keep going. But we just said another 10 minutes there. Okay, let's move on to the near future outcome. Again, I selected 2 cards for this because it felt appropriate. I don't know why, but we're going to start with recent. Actually, no, we're going to do it at the same time. Okay, recent. Okay. So for the outcome cards, we get the 8 of Swords and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay? And again, I feel like this makes a lot of sense right now, mentally especially. So the 8 of Swords has to do with feeling trapped mentally, okay? And often it's, being trapped by beliefs about the self that just aren't true, we create these false structures that, like, I am this because I've screwed up once, and that means that, I'm a screw up and all this, and we build this structure of, like, beliefs about ourselves, not realizing that the base on which we built it is completely false. And so the 8 of Swords is that the lesson of coming out of that, it's sort of unblinding yourself, right? Because it's a energy of a mental prison that we put ourselves in. It's not to say that it isn't influenced or sort of aided by, the matrix, the comments of others, but it is very much a self-imposed prison, and it's one of those prisons that we have the ability to free ourselves from at any time that we choose. It's the energy of feeling blind and trapped, but ultimately you're not. And again, it's reflecting the energy we have in the mind space of the Fool card in reverse, okay? It's the fears that are blocking you from taking this step, okay? So as an outcome, I see that that's the lesson that this second chance forgiveness that you've given to somebody has been wonderfully heart healing for you, and has led you to a point of sort of this, about you're ending a cycle and about to start a new one. In order for you to actually start this new one, you're going to have to break down some of this mental prison that you created for yourself that's holding you back from taking this step, whether it's starting a new job or telling this new person that you really find them like wicked awesome and you want to hang out with them. I don't know. It could have like I said, we have every suit here pretty much, so it could be, and I think it will be different for a lot of you watching. There is, okay. All right, so that's interesting. All right, so if we go back to the Seven of Cups here, and this sort of energy of feeling scattered, maybe like either emotionally or mentally, but I mean, it's, you know, the energy of having your finger in too many pies and just being exhausted. Um, it's kind of the energy of realizing that um, a bit of your fire has run out, and you need to, in order to keep that fire of desire, passion, motivation burning, you need to focus your energies, right? Like, say you had a big fire that was burning and now it's down to just embers. If you want to keep the embers going, you don't leave them totally separate away from each other. You kind of pile them together, and you blow on it, you nourish that. And that's kind of what this energy is a bit, that like you having to focus your, all that passion you spread out around, you know, all the embers, you need to focus it in one place so that it can grow. Okay. And I think that the choice that you made to forgive, to refine your energies, and move on is the right one. And I think that once you unblock yourself, once you free yourself essentially from the problems that your mind keeps throwing up with whatever it is, this new opportunity that you want to embark on, or new passion that you have, like, once you start, so when you have a thought about like why you can't do something, say, let's say it's you're starting a new job, or you want to start a new job, maybe it's a channel like this or something, but your mind keeps throwing up roadblocks, being like, well, what about this problem? I bet you didn't think about that, you know. What about, did you ever think about whether or not you have the right recording equipment? Like, do you ever think, are you allowed, you know, to talk about this stuff? Like, whatever the roadblocks are, it's your mind throwing them up. And when your mind does that, remember that you can go into that thought and start breaking it down. Like, is that thought based on something that you truly believe about yourself? Is it based on something you truly believe is a problem? Or is it just being thrown up in order for you to have a moment of doubt that you either acquiesce to or you conquer? Okay. I believe that through all of this, through releasing yourself from these thoughts that are holding you back from taking this step, the long-term outcome is going to be that the universe gifts you with a brand new start with that fire I was talking about, that you built, and you were feeding it with air and you know, wood and kindling, whatever else. That fire is going to come in, and it's going to take a lot of different forms for a lot of different people, but it's going to be, for some people it's a career, for some people it's a passionate new relationship, for some it's it is simply the gift of having motivation again. So the motivations were scattered, and it was difficult for you to feel like you could move forward in anything. And then through this lesson of forgiveness for others and yourself, you'll be gifted with this new motivation that will help continue to move you forward. Okay. Let's move on. I picked 3 guidance cards here from the Fairy Oracle deck. They look like that. And let's just have a look. So this is guidance. Wow, wow, okay, wow, this is perfect. It's exactly what we were just talking about, okay? So we have first Iris of the Rainbow. Such a just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. And Iris is all about she is the rainbow that cuts through the rainstorm, okay? And essentially that's what we've been talking about, is a Cancer who is feeling overwhelmed and through the very targeted actions of you, and that's what she does. She kind of shoots, you know, an arrow across the sky that parts the sky and gives this beautiful rainbow. She is certainly a promise that this is you're going in the right direction. Hold on, sorry, pause. She is confirmation that you're going in the right direction, that you're going from a period of emotional turmoil into a period of relative calm. It's also confirmation of this Ace of Wands, which although was in reverse, it's confirmation that if you're able to follow through with this lesson of releasing from these mental blocks and to take that leap, there is that pot of gold. Very much she is that energy. There is that pot of gold at the end of this, okay? Additionally, we have the Lady of the Harvest, okay? This is often the Libra card. It's that time of year, the harvest, all right? And what is the harvest? It's a time of bounty, but it's also a time of death, okay? It's a time of endings. It's a time where we, you know, cull the wheat and we pluck all the fruits and all of that, right? So the guidance here that I'm getting is to, oh, we also have the Singer of Healing, which is something we were talking about this whole time. Of course, again, confirmation that this all has to do with a heart healing for a Cancer, okay? And the guidance is to keep focused on the end goal, even though you might be in a period of harvest where you're having to cut away things, whether it's you're cutting away certain passions and people, or cutting out mental blocks. You have a choice to focus on what you've cut out and feel that loss, or you have a choice to focus on the bounty that you're reaping, okay? And what you're reaping is a brand new start. And that's also, again, that Iris of the Rainbow is that brand new start. And again, the Fool, the second chance, okay? These are all really, really beautiful, auspicious cards. And confirmation of change, confirmation of growth, and confirmation that you're growing into an emotionally independent person, okay? So ultimately, Cancer, the guidance is, you already know what you're doing. In your heart, in your emotional space, you feel quite victorious you feel right about conquering your emotions, okay? Again, we were talking about emotionally how you feel about conquering the Queen of Cups, conquering your maybe negative emotions with the Queen of Cups in reverse there. And that's what Iris does. She sees exactly what needs to be done, and she, you know, cuts through the bullshit, cuts through the period of pain, or the period pains. I can't believe I just said that. And she brings about a harmony that was not seen before her arrival, okay? And again, we have, with the Singer of Healing, we have the water energy that we were talking about with Cancer, okay? You're tuning into your essential energies, that heart healing that's going on for you. It is both a time of culling, and it's a time of what's the word? It's like that patient period right before you harvest. So it's that period where you know the work you put in is good, honest work, and that your rewards for that work are on their way. They're not here yet, and you're in a period of change, but if you're feeling a sense of like pride in your heart space over what you've been able to accomplish, go with that. You deserve to feel that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Cancer, for tuning in. I hope that helped. Certainly, I hope it was the right message for one of you. And it was pretty specific. But let me know if you liked the Fairy Oracle cards. I think they're truly awesome. Yes, please keep tuning in to Avalon. It means so much to me that you join me here and that we can work on healing together. All right. Please join me on Instagram for cards, Ascension Energy cards of the day. And I also put up links to the new horoscope videos up there as well. Okay. Yeah. All right. Many blessings. Thank you.